Hey, it's Telsinator back from a long hiatus doing a video on the RC3 loop station. Let's get right to it. I've got a single guitar plugged into input A, and I have my single amp plugged into output A. This is the setup you want to do if you're just using one input and one output. I will have a video coming up on how to use the other ones. Over here we've got our knobs. The top little one is your rhythm knob, which is your drums, just how loud and how soft those are, and this is your playback guide knob. I recommend keeping them quite low to start because you don't know how abrasively loud they can be through your amp. Next we've got the memory. This will just change which track you're on. If you have something saved, you'll have a tiny dot there. If not, it's empty and you're good to go. The rhythm knob turns your rhythm on and off. Again, connects to this, the button. It's connected to the knob over here. So when we hit that, the drums come on. Okay, if we hold that down, we can choose with, again, our arrow knobs, different styles drum beats. You can see how abrasively loud that is. I tend to keep them rather low. Okay. So once we get that set, we just turn our rhythm off. Now what I like to do is turn the volume down. To get my tempo, I'm going to use my tap tempo button. Makes sense? And I'm just going to go with the tempo that I want in my head. So I'm just going to go out now. So it never really hurts to practice a little bit over top of it, just to make sure you get your little lick down. What I'm going to do is just 2 chords for 2 bars. Just be A minor 7 and D7 or D9. Not doing anything fancy. So you'll notice that it flashes red on beat 1. That's when you want to make sure you hit your pedal. So we're going to hit the pedal on beat 1 when we want to start recording, and we're going to hit it again on beat 1 of the next bar that would be starting after we're done recording. So I would hit it on beat 1 of bar 1 and then beat 1 of bar 3. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now it is still recording. We can see that this is up, so it's already ready to dub and for you to play over it. So if you just hit the pedal again, it'll stop recording and keep playing. Then you can just play over top. And it's not going to record it, it's not going to play it back. If you decide you want to do, put another little layer on top, you just hit the pedal again and it'll start recording immediately. Again, you'll see the red light go on. That'll turn it off, or we can just kill the rhythm like that. It's up to you entirely. If we like what we've got, we can just hit it twice and stop it, and it's still going to be there. We hit it once to turn it back on. Now here's the other key. If we want to clear it entirely, we're going to hit it twice and hold it. So 1, 2, holding, clear. And that kills it entirely. Then you're ready to do another loop. All right, and that's the basics. Now, a lot of people, including me, do not like the feature that as soon as I finish recording my very first track, it starts to immediately overdub. I like to have a minute to think about what I'm going to do. And if I accidentally brushed my guitar strings or something during that moment, that would record and ruin my loop. So there is a way around this, and we can do this without even having to use our instrument. So I've still got everything plugged in. We want to make sure that we have something plugged in this side, otherwise it won't turn on. But what we're going to do is plug in the power, or connect the power, while holding the tap tempo button. So I'm going to hold that down, connect power. So now that's flashing. So now it's set up so it's going to start dubbing immediately. I believe that's what the D stands for. If I change it, it's going to just have the track play by itself. Then I just press the tap tempo again, and it's going to turn on, engage like it normally does. So I'll go through the same steps I just did before, right? I turn my rhythm guide on. I'm going to tap my tempo. I'm going to make sure my amp is unmuted. Okay, I'll just use the metronome now because I'm just going to give a demo on it. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then you can see that we don't have that on, so if I hit my guitar, it's not going to put any unwanted tracks on over top of it. Okay, all I have to do is intentionally sometimes it's tough to get the mix of your playback and your drums back. Good. Okay, if I don't like what I've got as far as my dub that I played over top of it, I can just again hit the pedal and hold it down, and it'll give me just my bare bones track. Now, if you put 2 or 3 different layers over top, it will only record the very last layer or only delete the last layer for you. So make sure you're careful with that. Again, if I want to kill it, twice to stop it. Saving a track is probably the one thing that's actually dirt simple on this. All you need to do is go to the right button, hit it once, it's going to ask you, are you sure? It'll flash, 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 and boom, it's done. What I've noticed is that flash is longer with accordance with how long your loop is. So if you did a 2 or 3 minute loop on here, it would take that thing a lot longer to actually save it for you. That's kind of how you know you've got it. So now you can see I've got a little dot beside that, and when I change, nothing will happen. That'll be on there. If I record a loop on an empty track and then I switch back to another one and go back, it will disappear on me. So you got to watch out for that as well. Deleting is also really easy. I'll go back to that other track. I don't like this one. Let's say I just thought the guitar was too sloppy. Right? I can just go in and say I don't like that. Delete. 2 seconds. It just means you got to hold it down. Right, it's asking if I want to delete. Hit it again. Boom. And we can see there's no dot in the corner, so we know it's clear.